Barkanku da warhaka, sannunku da zuwa. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by on my channel. You are very welcome. I appreciate it. And let's just go straight to the point. I came across this video that I just showed you right now. And I'm not happy at all. This lady stood in front of the TV crew and was crying because of the atrocity that she saw happening. And what did she see happening? She saw the video of a friend of hers who is a mother and a wife who was raped. She was gang raped by a gang of bandits, and then the event was filmed. It was filmed. I cannot put that kind of terrible thing here. And then the video of her being raped and killed was sent to her children. That's a terrible thing for anybody to have to go through. And if you are in Nigeria, you know that at the moment, the north is basically a hotbed for violence. Everywhere you turn, bandits kidnapped, armed robbers kidnapped, Boko Haram kidnapped, so kidnapped and killed. Oh my Lord, I don't even know where to start from. Just before I put off the television now so that I can film this vlog, I was listening to the news again about a lawmaker that was kidnapped together with 30 others in Katsina, on the road to Katsina from Kaduna. Yesterday, it was the same thing. One other lawmaker was killed. We cannot continue like this. But the reason why I am doing this video is not because we cannot continue like this. It's because the solution to our problem is with us, but we have not yet learned our lessons yet. But it is time for introspection, but it is time for us to understand that we spent about the past 50 years, or you could say from the advent of democracy, the past about 20 years, laying the foundation for what is happening right now. It is time for us as Northerners to take responsibility for what is happening in our region. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So in this vlog today, abunda nake so ngaya mana shine abubuwan da ni na gani as our problems, the solutions that I think we need to implement before we can even begin to dream that our children will have it better than we do, because we owe it to our children to bequeath to them a better legacy than that which was given to us. At the moment, what we have allowed to take root in northern Nigeria is hate, is strife, it is suspicion, it is identity politics, it is politics of namu namune that has not led us anywhere. It's bigotry, it is religious intolerance, and it is terrorism. Mukade and Nigeria every day, northern Nigeria, this Arewa, that kulum, we keep holding the entire country to ransom. We cannot continue like this. So me, I'm going to tell you guys now in very pop and plain terms that I am not going to add my voice to this their end secure not campaign that is they want to make trend, but it's not even trending. The reason is because the solution to our problem is not in Buhari's hand. The seed for wannan abin da ke faruwa a arewa, it has been laid since 2000s and something, maybe the early 2000s, 2001, 99, at the advent of democracy, when they allowed people to associate freely as the way they wanted. That was when we began to lay the foundation of intolerance that has led us to where we are today. So for me, wannan abin da ke faruwa is a manifestation of so much that has been happening, but the North will never own up to its responsibilities. It will never own up to what you did. Every day, wani abu ya faruwa arewa, there's always somebody to blame. Northerners, we must learn to take responsibility for our actions. If there is a vice amongst us, when we are an organic society, we should do something about it instead of lying about it every day. When they find terrorists, oh no, it is the Jews that are trying to give Islam a bad name. It is the government. It is Buhari. It is Goodluck Jonathan. It is this. It is us. And let me tell you about the Kukaye Arewa that has put you in the problem that you are in today. So much so that even the mightiest military in the whole wide world cannot save northern Nigeria until the people of the north decide that it is time to stop shedding crocodile tears and go back into their closets and find out what they did wrong. Number one thing da yake kama na wannan damuwa. Number one on the list, kun gani irin wannan mindless breeding. People will just be breeding like rabbits. You don't know how you are going to feed the children. You have no steady source of employment. You don't even have a roof over your head, but you want to give birth. Everything is wrong with one man having 30 children. And so therefore, we have so many children. It's disgraceful that Katsina State alone has up to 10 million children out of school. Where do you think the terrorists are going to get the people that they will recruit? It's from there. So number one thing that muke yi kenan, mindless breeding. Aihuwa sai ka ce zomo. Even a jackrabbit does not do some of the things that we do here. And then after you've bred the children, look at what you do to them. You strip them of their humanity. Mutanen Arewa barin gaya muku ko dabba ne. Even goats and chickens and pigs. I've never seen any creature that will give birth to a child and go and throw it on the street. Say they could. So what do you think will happen to a child after at the age of 6 or 7, you strip it of its dignity, you strip him of his humanity and throw him on the street? What will happen? Of course, he will not have any human feelings. Therefore, he's vulnerable to all sorts of violent brigades that are going to come from wherever it is and give him the future, a hope and a future that is better than the one that he has on the streets. Even if it's just the promise of it. How are we going to solve this problem? We have to put a cap, no matter what. Every day they've been shouting this thing, but we must put a cap on our reproduction. Yes, even when I high one that I can eat in them because you need population. Sorry guys, I actually have kata. Because kuna bukatan population so that you can always dictate who is the president. So now that you have the presidency, what are you doing with it? Because it's as useless as a man's nipple. But you voted him. So please put a cap on the population growth. When they say Nigeria has 200 million people, it is basically you northerners that are reproducing without control. How are you going to do that? Organically. Let me tell you this matter, Arewa, especially we women of the north. The responsibility lies largely with us. But if you are listening to me and you are a man, let me tell you this. Any society that has failed its women is a failed society. The best way to control your population is just educate and empower your women. Birth rates will go down gradually. It will go down organically. Okay, because the more educated a woman is, the likely it is that she will want to have 15 children because she will want to concentrate on the ones she has and give them a better life. And that means that we're closing down all the supplies for recruits for terrorists. That's the number one thing that you people need to do, or rather that we need to do. I'm not among because I only have 2 children and I don't have any emergency. So, but really speaking, we have to do something about our population, okay? And the number 2 thing that we have done again is supporting this archaic 7th century old people's practice of nomadism. There is too much ungoverned space in northern Nigeria. So when we talk about landmass, what is the landmass if we're not cultivating it and we're not doing anything with it? Therefore, terrorists are finding safe havens in all these places. Throughout for the past 6 years, everybody has been shouting, nomadism by the kill. Yawo the awaki from one place to the other by the kill. And you people thought it was because Plateau people, Benue people, Nasarawa and Kogi people in the Middle Belt did not want Fulani herdsmen to come and roam. There is nowhere in the world in this 21st century where people are allowed to go around with cattle except Nigeria. And we have the poorest quality of beef in the whole wide world. So why are we still supporting this kind of thing? Had it been Fulanis, excuse me, give me a minute. So I'm back. So had it been Fulanis were settled and being able to be policed, we will not have this problem. There was a time it was in Plateau State, it was Benue, it was Nasarawa State, and when people shout, you say, Karyani, ba Fulani bani, ba Fulani bani. But now, there is nothing you can do about it. Nobody can hide the fact that the people who have been committing these atrocities, right from the Middle Belt to the north and even going down south, is Fulanis. You call them an affectionate name, bandit, because I believe that we should give a disease its correct name. Call a spade is spade. It's not a family implement, neither is it a long spoon. It is a spade. But as of today, nobody can even hide it anymore. So we must be at the forefront of canvassing for Fulanis to come into governable spaces. And then the government should take control of the forests. That's the number 2 thing that I think we need to do. Number 3 thing when the mukayi, when the yaka one damuang is the indiscriminate proliferation of religious clerics. Religion, adini barangaya muko ni bana soronko wa chikunko. Adini is one of the biggest problems of Arewa, because in the name of you are trying to cover up for adini, you allow all sorts of nonsense, either from voting irresponsible leaders to allowing terrorists or criminals to go unpunished because of religious affinity. The politics of excluding others because of religious identity. Upon the common one and you've created sacred cows because you think these ones they are so they cannot do anything to them. Yo gamuna. Koba hakaba. Anybody who is charismatic can just wake up. He knows how to preach very well. He has become a cleric. Therefore, there is an indiscriminate. Kowa is an imam. Okay, and there are all sorts of conflicting doctrines all over northern Nigeria. Are you people the only persons who are Muslims? Are you telling me there are no Muslims in Cameroon? There are no Muslims in Chad? There are no Muslims in Ghana? There are no Muslims in southern Nigeria? So why is it that terrorism is thriving amongst you guys? Because the soil is fertile. Terrorism can never thrive in a place where there is no local support. So why is not so in one season? It is clerics. Yes. It is clerics. So we have to be very careful with the way we allow anybody at all, especially you Muslims, to just wake up and come. I am a malam. I am a malam nowadays. And then that person is sowing seeds of discord. Think abunda baze kao chinga baba. Shine zaka ga sun so su dinga ce ayi muku. Ayi. Ko ba haka ba. Religion should make your society better. We should be able to see it and say, oh my God, these people, look at their lifestyle. It's so beautiful. What exactly is the reason why they are like this? Oh, it's because they are Muslims. Oh, let me read. What is their Quran saying about it? Oh, that's beautiful. But look at the way the region is disgusting for everybody. Even in Arewa, if you are honest with yourselves, you know that in the Zaku Germany and not have to live in the north, then you will run and go. And it has gotten so bad that even these imams are allowed to dictate state policy. Because I don't know where in the world you sit down and a whole Kano state government, they did it on several occasions, and I think other states even did it, where they'll sit down and say they want to yima mutane auri. You can see a man and a woman, they don't have any source of income, government will marry them so that they can reproduce some more. All these kinds of nonsensical policies were put in their heads by illiterate imams. By stark illiterates that don't even know anything about 21st century development or how societies are supposed to be run. Saboda haka mutane arewa barin gaya muku, we have to stop shedding these crocodile tears that we're shedding on the internet and go back home. Ku dubi cikin tsakanin junanku, ku gane inda laifukan ku suke. Ko ba haka ba, the politics of namu ne ba zai kai ku ko ina ba. And if you notice in southern Nigeria, if you look at the media, why? Because there is nothing that Buhari is doing now that was not reasonably foreseeable before his first tenure, before his second tenure. But 2019, Northerners, you came out en masse and voted for him. Because you wanted to spite the Southerners. Now you cut off your nose. You cut off your nose in order to spite your face. Because mutanen kudu, they still go to their villages and sleep. We know that there's insecurity there, but it is not as terrible as it is in the north. What is it? Do not allow anybody to use religion to manipulate you. I'm telling you something. Next time it has not led us anywhere. He is a disgrace. There was a time in Zakiraka Magana Sachemaka, you are a whaler. And that was, but now when they call you a whaler, it is a title that people carry with pride, because it means that we were able to see this type of thing ahead of time and warn Nigerians about it. Because to don Allah na roke ku dena politics na namu ne din. 2023 is coming. Please vote based on competence. Vote based on competence. Na roke ku, please. Now, don't Allah, please, because this population now is burdensome. 200 million people, about 10 million out of school children, they are not contributing to the economy, but somehow you demand that the government should feed them. Somebody else somewhere should do it for you. I don't even know when even and what makes me wonder is that there are Muslims everywhere else in the world, but they don't do these kind of silly things. Lokacin good luck, malaman ku sun zauna masallaci sun dinga ce muku wai ai cewa it is good luck Jonathan's fault. It is good. I don't want to make this about good luck Jonathan, but I want you to critically reason. So da malamai sun dinga ce muku wai it was good luck Jonathan's fault. It was good luck Jonathan's fault. Kowane lokaci a masallaci in kun gama sallah sai ku fita wai kuna sa mishi yasin ana tsine ma good luck Jonathan. All of a sudden yanzu it is no longer good luck Jonathan's fault. Wai haka Allah yake so, it is the will of God for you. What kind of God is that? Why are you allowing these imams to insult God in your presence? So God enjoys to see women being raped like that. Allah yana jin daɗi ya ga irin wannan kisa din, irin wannan muguntan. God is enjoying it. So idan Allah yana yin wannan, to me ne amfani shaitan? What use is the devil? If God is the one in charge of insecurity like that, making these kind of things to happen, that children cannot go to school and come back, women are raped, people are being killed like animals, and you tell me that is the will of God, then what is the devil? The devil is no longer relevant. But why am I telling you this? I want you to think. Next time wani malam ya tashi ya ce maka ka je ka zaba wannan saboda namu ne, ka tuna shi cewa this is what happened with namu ne. Now beg at the beg una, please. Ni kun gani haka, I am going to be at the forefront of a movement for shouting about child education in the north, about bringing an end to nomadic farming, yawo the cattle, bringing an end to almajiranci, to bring about an end to injustice, whether social or societal injustice, and any form of exclusion. Arewa za ku gani, amma kun ga wannan end secure north hashtag menene din babu, but say you, but I'm not going to join them. We have to go back home, lay the foundation for a peaceful society, and when we do that, we can hope that maybe in our lifetime, serious, in our lifetime, we can stamp out terrorism, and then we can give our children the chance for a brighter future in Nigeria. Akuma are wannan. In ba haka ba na rantse muku Afghanistan da Mogadishu, it will look like heaven compared to abin da zai faru if we continue this way. But the solution yana hannunmu ne, mu yan arewan nan. Yana hannunmu ne. Na rantse muku baya hannun Goodluck Jonathan, baya hannun Buhari, even as useless as he is. Solution din ba hannun shi bake. Yana hannun ku ne. Learn to question your clerics. Learn to question everything you are told. I don't want to talk too much, but I so mu dogo magana, but please. Kowa ya koma cikin state na shi, ya from Katsina, ya from Kano, ya from Kaduna, ya from Plateau, ya from Nasarawa, koma daga ina, kowa ya koma gida. Ensure justice, ensure fairness, ensure that idan mutum ya yi laifi ko dace wani addini ne yake yi, let him be brought to book. Yaran kudu sun ki su join in akwa secure north. Why? Because they are still reeling from the betrayal of NSAS. Ko ba haka ba? Because then kun nuna musu bambanci. Kun nuna musu ku ba Nigerians ba kenan, or you are better Nigerians than they are, or what? The thing with injustice is that if you allow it to thrive, it will always go around. I don't want to talk too much today, please. Now go this. So say thank you so much for listening to me. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I promise you it's not going to be rant like this all day long, but it's going to reflect me, and I'm generally a happy-go-lucky person. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you all in my next one. Now go this. Say Anjumanku, bye.